Little people, big world. Is Amy Roloff's ego out of control? Dear loves, welcome to USA Drama. Please do subscribe my YouTube channel. Amy Roloff has endured ups and downs in Little People, Big World, but she's exhibiting signs of having a big ego after Little People, Big World Season 25. The Roloff family matriarch has been heavily featured in the series alongside her ex-husband Matt Roloff and their children, Zach Roloff, Jeremy Roloff, Molly Roloff, and Jacob Roloff. After nearly 2 decades, the Roloff children have grown up, started their own families, and moved on to new chapters in their lives. While much of the current drama centers on Zach and Tori Roloff's feud with Matt, Amy's stirring the pot. Amy and Matt's marriage, which lasted nearly 30 years, ended in divorce in 2016. As part of their divorce settlement, Matt purchased Amy's share of Roloff Farms. This legal transaction marked a significant change, as Amy was no longer a co-owner of the farm that had been a central part of the family. Following their separation, Matt started dating Karen Chandler, who had been working at the farm for over a decade. Their relationship became public in early 2017, and the pair has since gotten engaged. Amy, meanwhile, got married to Chris Merrick in August 2021. Amy hasn't been shy about putting Matt down before and after their divorce, which could be a sign that she has a big ego. Her snarkiness towards Matt was evident in her reactions to his decisions about Roloff Farms, as depicted in Little People, Big World Season 25. Amy, who shares a long and complex history with Matt, expressed her disappointment over Matt's choice to turn their family home into a short-term rental. Despite acknowledging that it makes business sense, Amy's remarks reflect her personal dismay and subtle criticism. According to Us Weekly, Amy maintained her composure but revealed her true feelings in a preview clip when she asked her husband to deal with Matt face-to-face. "I don't ask him about those things," referring to the farm. She added, "You can do that, not me." Amy's frustration was palpable, and she shaded Matt in the process. Matt often deserves to get dragged, as Amy's snarky comments are rooted in her dissatisfaction with Matt's handling of family affairs. However, Amy might think she's above criticism due to her massive ego. Chris and Amy seem like a happy couple, but she might be naive about his intentions. He doesn't respect her as much as he claims to, as Chris was caught gossiping about Amy with Matt in Season 25. Despite claiming that he and Matt didn't talk about Amy, Chris admitted they had discussed her, even complaining about the things she did that he didn't like. This was a sign that Chris might be using his relationship with Amy and her past with Matt to gain attention on the show and increase his prominence. However, some fans disliked Chris before the latest Little People, Big World season. Chris transitioned from a lifelong bachelor persona to settling down with Amy quite quickly. When the pair got married, Chris made a bizarre Facebook status change, saying he had given up his player badge for Amy. There were even questions about Chris's and the speed at which he moved from self-proclaimed single man to a family man. These aspects all suggest Chris could be using Amy for clout. Though they wed 3 years ago, it quote, normal for a reality TV star of nearly 2 decades to enjoy fame. But Amy seems to relish her notoriety a little too much. The Roloff family matriarch is active on Instagram, boasting 1.5 million followers on the platform. In her bio, she provides a shopping and retail profile and advertises a link to Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen. While it's unclear whether Little People, Big World will return for another season, she's capitalizing on her fame any way she can. There are clearly problems in the Roloff family, evidenced by Zach and Tori's unwillingness to connect with either of their parents. However, Amy posts as if nothing is wrong. even though Zach didn't acknowledge Mother's Day, she is constantly advertising her kitchen business, posting about cooking, and taking event speaker gigs. Amy has appeared on reality TV for nearly 20 years, and it's evident that her ego has ballooned over the years. She has positioned herself as a person who profits nearly entirely off of her fame, as her recipes aren't anything special. Amy was notorious for her bossy personality on Little People, Big World. Matt even called Amy a dictator in season 25, saying in the episode that Amy can cross that line from micromanager to dictator quicker than me. While an extreme comparison, there's no denying that Amy is a formidable woman when she wants to be in charge. As Matt accused her of being a tyrant, Amy stepped up as the leader, asserting her decisions when Matt, Corinne, and Chris were struggling to finalize plans for a big event. Amy's usual approach, while efficient, highlights her authoritative style, which Matt had grown accustomed to. Despite Matt's criticism, Chris and Corinne appeared supportive of Amy's leadership. Amy might be bossy, but she always got the job done, and this event was no different. However, maintaining a consistently bossy persona is indicative of her big ego and not trusting anybody but herself. Matt and Amy's history as ex-spouses always adds a layer of complexity, as does the presence of Corinne and Chris. Their interactions often involve bickering and snarky comments, making the collaborative process difficult. While her management style might come off as too harsh and dominating, it ensured that necessary decisions were made promptly, highlighting the importance of having a strong leader. On the flip side, Amy doesn't do well when she's not allowed to be in charge. Matt has taken the brunt of negativity in the aftermath of Little People, Big World season 25, but Amy has a big ego too. Her inability to relinquish the reins in leadership situations, snarkiness towards Matt, and lust for fame all indicate her head has gotten a little too big since her first appearance on the show. While Amy is ultimately more likable than Matt, fame has made both of them a little egotistical. Matt Roloff is enjoying his life with Karen Chandler after his divorce on Little People, Big World, but his behavior toward his ex-wife, Amy Roloff, makes it seem like he's rubbing his happiness in her face. There are many signs that Matt's ego is out of control, and how he treats Amy is just one of the issues. Much of the Roloff family turmoil was directly caused by Matt. His divorce from Amy and subsequent conflicts with his son Zach over the family farm have deeply fractured their relationships. Matt's decision to sell part of Roloff Farms without consulting his children really upset Zach, and also escalated tensions with Amy. She felt blindsided when the farm sale went completely differently than anticipated, as she sold her part of the property so her kids could buy it for a lower price. Matt's high price upset Zach, and that's one reason why Zach and his wife, Tori Roloff, officially left the show after Little People, Big World season 25. The series' end could be on the horizon, and ahead of the potential last season, Matt doesn't seem to be treating Amy well. In May 2024, Matt posted a photo with his fiancée, Corinne Chandler, that features the pair smiling outside at a concert. Matt and Corinne both looked happy, with the Roloff family patriarch captioning the photo, "Hanging out with Karen's parents and friends at a concert in the desert. Having fun. Living our best life." Matt seemed to need to prove to Amy and the rest of his family that he was better off without them. The Little People, Big World cast member didn't care that his family was angry with him, and rubbed his new life in their faces. Aside from the happy photo with Corinne, Matt's actions towards Amy were consistently heartless. Amy alleged that Matt cheated on her with Corinne while they were still married. This accusation, if true, is a deep betrayal of trust. Matt's decision-making regarding the family farm, particularly listing part of it for sale without consulting Amy or their children, also demonstrates a lack of consideration for Amy's feelings and interests. This action further deepened the rift between them, and Matt was in the wrong dot. Matt didn't let the criticism drag him down. He teased the 5 top questions he was asked on his Instagram, but went into detail regarding his answers on his Facebook page. Despite becoming the villain of Little People Big World, Matt has been open since his NDA expired. On his Facebook, Matt explained, "As more and more family members drift away from the show, it becomes more difficult to produce the same content, as much as many of you hate. And we see the comments about the rifts and strifes between the family members. The better the ratings do." The way Matt faced critics head-on was basically by saying that the drama was what kept viewers watching. Matt wasn't mincing words with his fans. He continued, in a lengthy answer regarding the farm, Matt gave details that made him seem less vindictive and more remorseful. According to Matt, both Jeremy Roloff and Zach expressed interest in purchasing the big house, triggering a delicate situation for Matt as a father. Oregon's stringent land division regulations, coupled with financial considerations and the desire for fairness to all family members, added layers of complexity to Matt's decision-making process. But fairness to all four of my kids and all grandkids played and weighted the heaviest, he explained. Matt seemed to have a logical explanation for many of the allegations thrown at him. While the show painted his treatment of Amy and his kids as heartless, it's possible that he just wanted to be fair. However, he could also have been acting defensive and wanting to cover his mistakes without taking ownership. Matt and Corinne are enjoying life. In a photo from late April 2024, the pair are in the pool, smiling in their swimsuits. There are palm trees in the background. The couple unabashedly enjoyed their vacation, captioning the photo, "Cooling off after a long dusty journey, loving life floating on our pool noodles. Love to you all." Many fans were positive in the comments, saying, "Have a lovely time, you deserve all the happiness your heart can hold, and would love to see you guys back in Cabo. I'll be there this year. You two look great." However, not all fans were supportive. The photo came on the heels of the potential series finale, and Matt isn't a popular cast member. As he continued flaunting his success, perhaps to rile up Amy and the family, one fan said, "Karen will always be the side piece that broke up a family. Nothing will ever change that his kids will always resent what she to their family." Matt certainly made controversial decisions, but he didn't care. The patriarch was relaxing in the warm weather as the drama unfolded on screen. The frayed relationship between Matt and Zach ruined Little People Big World. Matt's son debuted on the reality series at age 13 alongside his family in 2006. His journey into adulthood, including his marriage to Tori and the birth of their 3 children, was documented on the series. However, tensions arose when Matt listed parts of the farm for sale without consulting his children, leading to a feud with Zach. The happy photos with Corinne indicated that Matt and Zach may have given up on repairing their relationship. This may bother Amy. Matt and Corinne have undoubtedly been living it up since Little People Big World Season 25 aired. In a post from late March, Matt detailed his and Corinne's return from a cruise in Curacao, saying, "Corinne and I back from our cruise just in time to watch PBW, my new fave island, Curacao, very nice." He seemed to speak very casually about tuning into Little People Big World, as if he didn't really care anymore how he was portrayed on screen. It's unclear whether the show will come back for another season. In the same lengthy Facebook post, Matt talked about Little People Big World's return. Contractually bound to season agreements, the fate of the show remained undecided. While Matt expressed contentment with the show's run, he acknowledged the possibility of its return. So if LPBW never does come back in whatever various other forms, I think consensus is they wrapped up the Roloff LPBW Crazy Train saga pretty good, he mused. Reflecting on the changes since the show's beginning in 2006, Matt acknowledged personal growth amid all the tumultuous familial challenges, including his divorce from Amy and the sale of the family farm. Despite the potential end of Little People Big World, Matt emphasized the importance of his relationships and hinted at the possibility of returning to the show. He didn't seem to have answers regarding the show's future. While it's possible Matt was posting all of this to upset Amy, they seemed to get along fairly well in Little People Big World. It's more likely that Matt was just excited about his life with Corinne and wanted to share his travels with his fans. Matt is undoubtedly a problematic character on the hit reality TV series. Still, given all the information he shared after his NDA expired, he regrets how everything with Amy and the farm went down. He seems to know that he can't go back and change his actions, but hopes to move on. Little People. Big World's Matt Roloff and Corinne Chandler seem to have decided to finally tie the knot a year after announcing their engagement. Matt and Amy Roloff had been married for 19 years and became parents to 4 children when LPBW debuted in 2006. Although the couple often had their differences during the show's early seasons, their divorce announcement during LPBW Season 15 was unexpected and shocking. However, the couple declared that the decision was made amicably, in addition to Matt's explanation that the pair simply outgrew each other. Still, Matt's choice to replace Amy with the family's longtime farm manager, Corinne, raised some controversies within the LPBW world. Fans witnessed the beginning of Matt and Corinne's relationship during LPBW Season 17, and despite early skepticism, the couple's romance has grown by leaps and bounds. In 2023, 6 years into their relationship, Matt finally popped the question while he and Karen were together in their backyard in Arizona. However, after keeping their wedding plans under wraps in the last months, Matt and Corinne recently revealed what they planned for the special day. During the LPBW Season 25 finale, Matt and Corinne opened up about their relationship after Amy's fundraiser event. Despite Matt and Karen being on board about getting married in 2024, there seems to be uncertainty and disagreements about where and how they plan to make their special day come together. Matt seemed skeptical when Corinne mentioned having a small, intimate wedding, only replying, maybe. Instead, Matt mentioned the couple flying to their wedding by helicopter, which would happen on the farm, and how they could wave to all their friends and family as they came down from the helicopter. Corinne wasn't impressed by Matt's idea, noting she doesn't like riding in helicopters because she gets motion sickness. Karen also doesn't want to get married on the farm, but somewhere special to her and Matt. According to Corinne, she wanted to leave the history of all the marriages on the farm intact and start a new tradition with Matt. Meanwhile, Matt noted he was lifting weights to carry Corinne over the threshold after they wed. Still, Corinne and Matt's wedding ideas are only hypotheticals. Hopefully, fans will get to see them tie the knot very soon. Matt and Amy's divorce announcement in 2015, after almost 30 years of marriage, shocked the LPBW fanbase. However, Matt and Amy seem to have decided on their separation amicably as they both moved on with other people shortly afterward. Amy started a relationship with Chris Merrick, whom she met at a singles wine and painting night, while Matt began dating Corinne. However, the narrative that Amy and Matt separated amicably became doubtful when Amy released her book A Little Me in 2019, in which she claimed that Matt and Corinne were already romantically involved while she was still married to him. Amy noted in the book that Matt and our farm manager, who had been working for us a number of years by then, seemed to have more than just a working relationship or friendship via In Touch. She saw messages, pictures, and other things that shouldn't be shared between people who only have a working relationship. Unsurprisingly, Matt quickly debunked Amy's claims shortly after claiming they couldn't have been further from the truth. Nonetheless, the exes have kept their relationship harmonious since then for the sake of their children and the multiple business ventures they still own together. Matt's romantic relationship with Corinne after his divorce from Amy raised a couple of eyebrows, not just from the LPBW fanbase, but also from his own children. However, while most of Matt's kids accepted their father's decision, Corinne was not entirely welcomed into the family. Corinne's relationship with Matt's children worsened when Matt sold a piece of the Roloff farm. Matt's first son, Zach Roloff, and his wife, Tori, blamed Corinne for influencing Matt's decision to sell a piece of the farm. During LPBW Season 24, the couple revealed they didn't intend to introduce their youngest child, Josiah, to Corinne. In Tori's confession, she claimed the family's farm was no longer a place of joy for her before Zach noted, "Everyone's met Josiah, but we don't have plans for Corinne to meet Josiah." Meanwhile, Corinne finds Zach and Tori's rift with her and Matt quite sad, explaining that the whole issue is painful. Sadly, the relationship between Corinne and Matt's kids hasn't improved, as Zach and Tori recently announced their exit from Little People. Big World. Matt Roloff and Karen Chandler have exhibited heartless behavior in Little People Big World. The reality series debuted in 2006 and highlighted the Roloff family navigating their lives with dwarfism. Their eldest son, Zach Roloff, has been an integral part of the show. However, their family dynamic shifted when Matt and Amy Roloff decided to get divorced. From that point on, the Roloffs were never the same, and Matt started a relationship with Corinne, whom Amy believes he cheated with. Matt's ego has gotten out of control, and Little People Big World has suffered because of him. Matt and Karen's decisions tore the family apart. One of the worst moments for the family came when Matt listed the Roloff farms without telling anyone. Amy sold her part of the farm to Matt because she believed he was leaving it to their children. He betrayed the trust of Zach, and their relationship has been fractured since. Zach and his wife, Tori Roloff, announced they won't be returning to Little People Big World, hinting that there is no future for one of the best reality TV shows, which may be Matt and Corinne's fault. Before getting engaged to Matt, Corinne worked as an employee at the Roloff farms. She had been a long-term manager running the pumpkin patch. Amy trusted her as an employee and was taken aback when they started pursuing a real relationship. It was heartless of Corinne to start dating her employer, who was married, but it was Matt who began dating the person who ran the pumpkin patch. Looking back, their memories on the farm must be tainted with questions about when Corinne and Matt's relationship went further than an employee-to-boss dynamic. Before Matt got divorced from Amy, he was communicating inappropriately with Corinne. In Amy's memoir, A Little Me, she alleged she found messages between Matt and Karen while they were still married. She knew Karen because she was working as the manager of the pumpkin patch on the Roloff farms. However, Amy alleges the converse.